Welcome back, Patriots, to the Albert Plan YouTube channel. I'm Dan Albert, and I'd like to talk to you about something very troubling that I saw this week. And it wasn't surprising, it's not earth-shattering, it just kind of triggered, I guess, the need to just put out this short video. I saw a video of a room where there were maybe 20 counting tables set up for these absentee ballots that come in. Mail-in ballots, absentee, I don't know what they were, but there were probably 20 or 30 tables, and there were half a dozen or 10 people at tables. And the one closest to the camera had a guy sitting in front of the table in front of him, and he had a stack of 20 or 30 ballots that were folded and unopened, I guess. And then there were some open ballots further ahead on the table. And what the video showed is this guy picked up a ballot, opens it up, and he's studying the ballot, looking at it, turning it over. And then he starts to look around, like, is anybody watching him, kind of a thing. And there was a pen on the table beside the stack of ballots. So after looking around, he picks up the pen, lays the ballot down, and it looks like he marks on the ballot, close to the top of the ballot. So I can't say whether he was committing any kind of election fraud, altering a vote, or filling in a vote where maybe somebody didn't vote for an office. That is really not the point, because the point is that the very potential for that happening, for any of those those people that are counting the ballots, presumably they're working for the jurisdiction, the Board of Elections, or whoever does this thing. So you have this potential for anybody to just change these ballots. We've seen evidence presented of ballots being found in trash cans and ditches, and somebody sets one of these ballot boxes that are like ballot return boxes that are like FedEx boxes or UPS or mailboxes placed around in different places. There was one in LA that was set on fire. So all the ballots that were inside that box probably were ruined and burnt up. And you have to wonder if it was in a Republican-leaning district or a Democrat-leaning district. There's so much potential for fraud, folks. And to have absentee ballots or mail-in ballots, early voting where ballots are filled out and then retained somewhere, and then eventually they're counted, that just introduces so many opportunities for tampering with the results of an election. We don't need to have that. We can there's a very simple solution that I've proposed that we can solve those problems. Federal election day becomes a separate day, and state and local elections are moved to preferably odd-numbered years. So on other videos, I've laid out that simple method of restoring election integrity. So I just wanted to let you think about this one example of many examples that you can come up with where there's potential for tinkering with the results of our election. Our nation's in distress. We have a clear and present danger from so many things. Globalism threatening an impending reset of the global financial system. An EMP could cause great damage to our country. The liberalism and radical environmentalism are a threat. There are a lot of threats that we have to our way of life and our liberties, but the most pressing and imminent existential threat that we have facing our country is the lack of election integrity. We've seen some of that over the years, but we see it in living color, in incredible ways. This election cycle, there's just been so much. The Pandora's box has been opened, and we have a compounding of the problem. So we can be thankful for the wake-up call, and we can fix all of the loopholes. We don't have to continue to turn out in massive numbers in order to just overcome what election fraud has been perpetrated over the years. We can just fix it all. So let's get on the same page. Let's clamor for these changes. We can do it at the state level and the federal level. There are just different things we can do to restore election integrity. And let's pray that this election cycle is not severely impacted like it could be. There's always, there are a number of elections that I think are clearly suspect over the years. But this year, the left, the Democrats are going for the jugular. So we have to resist that and stop that in its tracks. So let's hope and pray we have that breathing room that we can then implement the restoration of election integrity, to heed the wake-up call that we're getting and to respond and take care of the problem. Thank you for your time and attention to this video. And if you like what I'm producing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video, and share and like and all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next video.